Kashmir Martyr Day was observed in Oldham in remembrance of those individuals killed on 13 July 1931 in Jammu and Kashmir. The remembrance event in honor of those who were killed, organized by Jammu and Kashmir Self-Determination Movement International and chaired by Javed Iqbal, Mayor of Oldham. Keynote speakers their views and stated that the Kashmir issue should resolve as soon as possible. European Parliament of Human Rights Committee has officially announced the hearing on human rights violation in Jammu and Kashmir in September 2018, as well as scheduling the Kashmir resolution to be discussed early next year. This historical decision for the Kashmir hearing was initiated by Wajid Khan, member European Parliament, also member of Foreign Affairs and Human Rights Committee and also Socialist and Democratic Group coordinator.
Attended a Kashmir seminar conference organized by Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement for EU. I've been here with politicians and with respectful mayors. We are hosted in Oldham by Mayor Javed Iqbal. We are here to discuss issues in relation to Kashmir, and today I have announced the news that the European Parliament Human Rights Committee have agreed to hold an exchange of views, an official hearing into human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir. This is a huge step for this parliamentary term to ensure that we have the debate, the discussions, the details, the facts around what's happening. And this has happened after the Human Rights Commissioner Zahid Hussain from Geneva, from the Human Rights Council, have finished his report, the UN report into human rights violations, and that has a damning verdict for human rights violations. And we now have looked at that report, and as a European Parliament and previous human rights reports, and we'll have now an official inquiry into these violations in Jammu and Kashmir.
Shadow Immigration Minister Afzal Khan MP paid tribute to the martyrs of 13 July 1931 who laid the foundation of the Kashmir struggle for freedom and self-determination and said he has represented Kashmiris in the European Parliament and now in the British House of Parliament. Shadow Community and Housing Minister Jim McMahon MP said he will raise the human rights violations with the British Foreign Minister in Parliament.
Kashmir is very, very important to Kashmiri heritage people in Oldham, which is why I've agreed to go on the all-party parliamentary group to really raise these issues at a national level. So we're commissioning the inquiry that's taking place now. We hope to get the UK government on board to realise that this is our responsibility to step up where we see inequality and where we see unfairness to really do something about that. And you know, it's really not too much to ask that the people of the Kashmir region are allowed to self-determine their future and their identity, and that they have that at the very soonest opportunity. So I'm going to do all I can to help with that work.
Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement has started Kashmir Martyrs Week from Birmingham, Bradford, London, and now in Oldham. We had a very successful event attended by dozens of councillors, parliamentarians from British and European Parliament. And also we had a very good news that European Parliament Human Rights Committee is going to have a human rights inquiry in Jammu and Kashmir, especially in Indian occupied Kashmir. We pay tribute to those parliamentarians who supported us in the European Parliament, especially Wajid Khan MEP, member of Human Rights Committee of European Parliament. And I would like to thank on behalf of the Kashmiri Nation and Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement team.
I want to recognise the great work of the Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement who have lobbied MPs and MEPs to raise the awareness of the Kashmir issue, raising the awareness of the human rights violations that are taking place there. I want to recognise the report that is being released from the British Parliament and the debate that is taking place in the European Parliament.
Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Movement is very proud of its lobbying record. We want to pay tribute to all the people who have helped us, especially now that UN has recognised the human rights violations that have been taking place in Kashmir and has published its report. We welcome this report and we will continue to highlight this. We also want to pay tribute to the European Parliament that is now going to have a debate on the UN resolutions and also the violations that are taking place in Indian-held Kashmir. Also in the British Parliament, we've had an inquiry that's taking place that will highlight the atrocities that are taking place. We want to pay tribute to all the people that have been helpful to us and have been continuing to do the work on behalf of raising the awareness of Kashmir.
All the speakers showed uniform solidarity with the suffering of Kashmiris in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, as well as announced to continue the peaceful struggle for freedom for Jammu and Kashmir state in the UK and Europe. SM Irfan Tahir, World News, Oldham.